everybody, Gage here from Sharp. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's a pleasure as always to have you with me. Today's video is another Gage's favorite. Today we're talking all about bunkas. Alright, of course we're not going to diddly around here, guys. The 165 millimeter Bunka from Yu Kurosaki's Fujin R2 lineup with this beautiful Wenge handle, nickel silver spacer, and turquoise handle is Gage's favorite Bunka. This guy is absolutely gorgeous. It has a beautiful tsushimi finish. Fujin being the god of wind in Japanese mythology. This knife, the design on this knife is supposed to emulate like wind strokes. So if you've ever watched any anime or anything like that, it's kind of going along those lines of like wind strokes or something. I don't know. I just think it looks super cool. Made from R2, which is my favorite stainless steel because of its amazing edge retention. Really high performing knife. It's not the thinnest knife at the spine, but behind the edge it is super duper thin, which contributes to an incredible cutting feel. It should be noted though that the thinness of this blade is going to make it a little bit more delicate, so we don't always recommend this knife to first time Japanese knife buyers. It can be a little bit surprising just how delicate these knives are, and if used improperly they are very prone to chipping. But if you're really familiar with Japanese cutlery, you've had a few Japanese knives before, and you are aware of their limitations, this is a great knife if you're looking for just like pure performance. Brunoise shallot, garlic, any sort of like small intricate veg preparations are made really easy with this knife. I love using it to brunoise shallots for like a mignonette or something like that when I need it like super tiny. The thinness of this blade makes it super easy to just fly through shallots and onions and garlic and stuff like that. The height at the tip of the knife, which is achieved by this really cool K-tip or reverse tanto tip, gives you a lot of confidence when you are using the tip of the knife that you're not going to shave off a piece of your finger, because you've got lots of travel for your guide finger there. So again, that up and down chopping motion at the tip of this knife is really nice. That could be applied to any bunka out there, so I shouldn't say that it's specific to this knife, but still a really cool design feature to talk about. You'll notice that this knife does have a stainless cladding on it as well, so it's R2 at the core with a softer stainless on the outside. So you do see a little cladding line come to an end here close to the edge of the knife, but no rust is going to occur on this knife unless you really abuse it. The octagonal handle is definitely my preference for a bunka. Feels really comfortable in your hand and allows you to sort of move the knife around sort of in any orientation that you may need to, and still feels really comfortable. This is a quite light knife overall. Balances right about here at the very close to the heel of the knife there, which makes it feel really sort of weightless in your hand. The handle, of course, is super beautiful also. Not that really matters, but this knife and all of Yu Kurosaki's knives are really exceptionally beautiful. So really makes you want to grab it and use it just based on how it looks. There is definitely some conflicting information out there in the forums and stuff like that regarding the sharpen ability of R2 steel. I find that it's quite easy to sharpen. Now, I know there's some people out there that are going to disagree with this, but especially with a knife this thin, especially behind the edge, you'll find that this knife forms a burr super quickly. And because it's a quick powdered stainless tool steel, very high quality stainless steel, it's going to take a screaming sharp edge and really does benefit from polishing up into those higher grit stones. We have an Imanishi 6K stone, which when this knife is sharpened on it, really gets a beautiful sharp edge. Further to the point on sharpen ability, you may have sharpened maybe like a Miyabi birchwood that is made from R2. What else? Some shuns. Yeah, there's some shuns out there made from R2, which can be a little bit difficult to sharpen. We find that with Yu Kurosaki's heat treat, in addition to, again, how thin these knives are, very, very easy to sharpen in our experience. That may change as the knife ages and gets thicker and thicker behind the edge, and R2 can be a little bit difficult to thin out and polish, but when the knife is brand new, for the first few years, you're not going to notice any real difficulty sharpening this knife, in our opinion. As of August 2021, the time of shooting this video, this particular knife is for sale on our website at $450 Canadian. 450 schmeckles. So at the time of this video, we do not have the Aogami Super version of this knife, though it does exist and we do regularly have them in stock, but they are insanely popular and it's hard for us to keep them in stock. If one of those was in stock at the time of recording this video, which is August 2021, I would certainly choose the Aogami Super version of this knife. Now, again, not to say that this is a bad knife by any means, but I am definitely more a fan of Aogami Super or carbon steels in general than stainless steels. I also really like the Kurouchi finish on the Aogami Super version of this line of knives. So if it were in stock, the Aogami Super Fujin Yu Kurosaki Bunka would be my favorite. Okay, done with my favorite Bunka. Price not an issue. If price is an issue and you're looking for a slightly more budget-friendly version, Gage's favorite Bunka budget version is the Mizaki 165mm Bunka. Now, this guy came very close to being my favorite just in general, and one of the main reasons for that is because of the amazing blade height on this knife. In addition, it's got that really cool K-tip reverse tanto, which is not specific to this knife, of course, and just all Bunkas, but again, very, very comfortable knife to use. Some of the reasons that I took the Yu Kurosaki over the Mizaki is the handle, and while this is still a very beautiful handle, it's hard to argue that the turquoise Wenge handle is not cooler. These guys are a little chunkier as well, so if you've got big mitts, you might really like this handle, and it certainly is very comfortable for me as well. But I've got smaller hands, and this particular handle just feels really good in my hand. The Mizaki is also ironclad, so something to be noted here is that this knife is going to require a lot more attention and diligence with regards to its maintenance. The entirety of this blade could possibly rust if it is not properly maintained, wiped down, and kept dry and clean immediately after use. If you, again, never have used a Japanese knife before made from carbon steel, take that into consideration. Are you willing to undertake the maintenance involved for properly caring for this knife? These guys are made from Shirogami carbon steel. They've got an excellent heat treat on them, and they are not the thickest at the spine, but come very, very nicely thin back behind the edge here. They also have a really, really beautiful distal taper all the way from the tang towards the tip of the knife here. And again, really makes ripping through shallots and garlic and stuff like that really, really easy. This knife is quite light overall and balances just forward of the heel of the knife here, so really, really comfortable in the hand. Additionally, the spine is very nicely sanded down and the choil is really nicely sanded down in here as well. So really, really fantastic knife, comfortable, high performing, and looks really cool. Being made from Shirogami or white carbon steel and with an iron cladding, this guy is going to develop a really, really nice patina. It's also going to be a lot easier to thin out and polish the bevels of this knife. So if you're looking for, a really high performing knife right out of the box, but one that you can kind of work on over the life of the knife, this guy's going to be a little bit easier to work with than the Yu Kurosaki. So this knife, as of August 2021, is on sale on our website, or I should say for sale on our website for
$260.
260 schmeckles. So certainly not the cheapest Bunka that you can get out there, but one that's not going to break the wallet quite as much as the $450 Yu Kurosaki Fujin R2 Bunka. Alright, there you have it, guys. Gage's favorite Bunka, if money doesn't matter, and if money does matter, the Mizaki Bunka. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to slice the like button if you enjoyed this video. We'd also love to hear from you if you have any opinions on what your favorite bunka is, or maybe you want to give some pointers to people out there shopping for a bunka. Make sure to leave a comment down below. We would really, really appreciate it. We love hearing from you guys and talking with you in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, again, slice that like button and subscribe to our channel for more knife-related content. And until the next video, stay sharp.